everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. In one of my previous videos, I have spoken about communication skills since I am a communication coach and I'm here to talk about communications, English language, English speaking skills. So today I'm going to talk about a different aspect about communications. Now, I have given you 7 C's of communication. If you haven't watched that video, I will link that up here so you can go and watch it later and have an idea what communication means and what are the 7 C's of communication. So these are basically few things to remember that makes you a better communicator, which helps you in improving your speaking skills. So today I'm going to discuss about few negative things that you need to stay away from to become better in your communication. So I'm going to give you 7 points that you need to remember to stay away from so that you can improve in your speaking skills. You can become a good communicator with whom people would love to engage, talk with, have conversations. So if you intend to become a good communicator, then please keep watching. Let's look at these 7 points, these negative points that we need to stay away from. The first negative point that you need to stay away from is gossiping. Now, gossiping is considered to be a bad trait. If you start gossiping, it creates a chain reaction which leads to other people to start gossip. So one person talks to another about certain topic or something that or some incident or about someone, they start gossiping about it with other people. So what happens is it is a chain reaction. It spreads like fire. And what happens is ultimately you are leading someone on to gossip. You are encouraging somebody else indirectly without your conscious decision to gossip. So that is something that you need to stay away from. Try and avoid not to gossip. It builds a bad reputation about you. And ultimately what happens is people will start gossiping about you. So you started it. So stay away from gossiping. If you want to become a good communicator, stop gossiping about people. Now the next point that you need to remember to stay away from is judging people. Don't be judgmental. If you become a judgmental person, what will happen is that the other person that you're talking to will feel self-conscious. If you always talk with a judgment behind it, then it will make people self-conscious about them, less confident about them, and ultimately what will happen is they will shut down, they will stop talking with you, they will stop opening up to people, they will be afraid of expressing themselves openly. So avoid judging people. Whenever you're conversing with people, whenever you're talking with people, have a judgment-free zone where people can be themselves, where they can express their thoughts and ideas, their opinions and everything very frankly and openly. So remember not to be judgmental. Third point you need to remember is don't be negative. When you're talking with people, when you're having conversations, be optimistic about things, be positive about things, talk about positive things. Don't highlight the negative points about people or things or anything. Always try and look at the brighter side. Always try and express positive things. So that is a very important thing to remember while making communication with people. It also spreads positivity. So people will love to talk with you because no one likes anyone who keeps talking about bad things and negative things. So remember to talk about positive things and be optimistic. Avoid being negative. Another thing you need to remember is to stop complaining. Don't be a person who complains for everything about everything. If you start complaining about every small thing, then it will become a habit. So make sure you are not complaining about every small thing. People don't like to engage with people who are always complaining. It kind of creates a negative vibe. It doesn't give good positive vibes. So stop complaining about every small thing. Otherwise, you will be that person who complains about every single thing, starting from this pen, your water, news, weather, everything, work, family, people, friends, everyone. People will stop sitting with you. People will stop talking with you. So keep in mind that not to complain for every little thing. It can cause a thing called viral misery. You will be spreading misery. So be mindful about what you're talking and stop complaining. Another negative point that you need to stay away from is making excuses. Now, there are people who will never accept that they have committed a mistake or they have done something wrong. They deny to take responsibility for their actions. Don't be one of those persons. Don't be one of those people. If you've done something wrong, admit it, apologize for it. If you are giving excuses once in a while, maybe people will let it slide, let it go. But if you do that every time, every single time you have some excuse for everything, then it will start getting annoying and you will be taken as a person who does not take responsibilities for their actions. Keep this thing in mind. Do not make excuses for everything. If you've done something wrong, admit it and own up to it. Own up to your actions. Okay? So that's one of the negative points you need to stay away from. The next point is exaggeration. Exaggeration is basically lying in a different way. No one likes to be around a liar, someone who keeps lying about things. Exaggeration means you are talking about certain things with by adding a flair to it, by adding what do we say in Hindi? We say by adding tadka and masala to it. So you're basically lying about something. You are not telling the actual truth. You are adding things to it to just make up a story, just to make your story interesting. So you're basically lying. So stop exaggerating about things. Be real. Express things the way they are, because exaggeration only makes you look like a liar. So keep that in mind to avoid exaggerating. Now, the last point that you need to remember is being dogmatic. Now, being dogmatic means that someone who is very strongly opinionated, who has very strong opinions about things. But you do not have to be dogmatic every time. It is okay to express your opinions, but do not force them upon people. Do not impose them upon people. Okay? It is good to have opinions. Every individual has the right to have an opinion about anything that they believe. Everyone has a belief system. But don't start imposing or forcing a particular opinion on people as if it were true. It is just your perspective about something. It is your opinion about something. So during conversations, be careful about not being too opinionated, too dogmatic. Okay? So be careful about that. You have all the right to express your opinions, just don't impose it or force it on people. Everybody has the right to express their opinions. Be one of those people. You will be respected for that. These 7 pointers, some negative pointers that you need to remember during conversations. You must have observed people in your everyday life doing these things, at least doing one of these things. Does it annoy you? Yes, it does annoy us. You don't want to be around a person who keeps boasting or exaggerating or lies to you about things or keeps making excuses. So we all want to improve our communications, be it at work, be it in your everyday communications with your friends and family. In every aspect of life, you want to be a good communicator. So, if you are one of them, and if you want to become a better person and a better person with whom people would like to talk to, people would want to be around you, I hope it will help you in making good communications. So that's all for today's topic. I will be seeing you soon in another video with a new topic very soon. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep practicing. Take care and goodbye.